Friends. So today we are going to solve a question. So question is given: partition a set into two subset such that difference of subset sum is minimum. Okay, so basically I am going to simplify the question. So question will be given like this: there is a set of integer given to us. Okay, so let us take an example. A set of integer is given with the elements 1, 6, 11 and 5. What we have to do, we have to divide this array into two subset, okay, such that difference of the two should be minimum. Okay, are you getting my point? What is the question given? Question is given like this: there is a array given. So what we have to do, we have to divide that array into two subset such that difference between the two subset is minimum. Okay, let us take an example. I will show you how we can uh, divide this array. Okay, so let us take two subset. First subset contain the element 11 and 5. Second subset will contain the element 1 and 6. So if you are going to add them, what will be the sum? Here the sum will be 16, here the sum will be 7. So if you are going to subtract them, what will be the outcome? 9 will be the outcome. So what we have to do, we have to minimize this difference. Okay, let us take one other example. Let us take the element 11 and 6 here, okay, and 1 and 5 here. So now what will be the sum? Now if you are going to add them, the sum will be 17. Here the sum will be 6. But if you are going to subtract them, you are going to get value as 11. So earlier we were having value as 9. Now we are having value as 11. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to minimize that. So now let us divide this into another subset. Let's say first subset will contain the three elements 1, 6 and 5. Second will contain only one element 11. So if you are going to add them, what will be the sum? 6 plus 6, 12. So if you are going to subtract them, the sum will be 1. So this is the minimum sum. So what we have to do? We have to find this minimum. Okay, what is the value of that minimum difference between the two subset? So what we have to do? An array will be given to us. We have to divide that array into two subset such that difference between them should be minimum, that is 1. Okay, not 1, the difference should be minimum. So what we have to do, we have to calculate all that. First it was 9, so okay, we don't want this subset. Then 11, so we don't want. So we have to make all the subset and we have to find how, when we are going to get minimum difference, and then we have to return the minimum difference. Okay, now I am going to simplify this problem. Okay, an array is given to us that contain the element 1, 6, 11 and 5. So what we have to do, we have to divide this array into two subset. Let's say the sum of subset is S1 and the sum of second subset is S2, and we have to do this as minimum. Okay, this is the first thing that we have got till now. Now if you are going to observe one thing, if you are going to add both the subset, what you are going to get? You are going to get sum of array, or let us write sum total here. Okay, sum total. Okay, let's take the below example again. If you are going to add these two, this is the 12 plus 11, so what it will be? 23. So let us add all the elements and see what we are going to get. 11 plus 5 will be 16, 16 plus 6 will be 22, 22 plus 1, 23. Yes, we are getting 23. It means if we are going to add both the subset, we are going to get total sum, that is sum of array. Let us write sum of array, it will be convenient. So what we have to do, we need to find here how many variables are there. There are three variables, S1, S2 and minimum. Sum of array we can find, okay, because array is given to us, we can find sum of array. So here we have three things, S1, S2 and minimum. So let us try to reduce one variable S2. Okay, how we are going to reduce? An array is given which contain the element 1, 6, 11 and 5. Okay, so can we use this equation? Yes, we can use this equation. So if we are going to use equation, so we can write like this: S2 will be sum of array minus S1. Okay, what we have done, we have taken this S1 to the right hand side, just use the basic mathematics. So it will be sum of array minus S1. Okay, so now what will be our question? That we need to divide this array into two subset such that the sum is minimum. Okay, but we have got the value of S2. What is the value of S2? We have got the value of S2 as sum of array minus S1. We need to find this minimum, right? So let us solve this equation. It is S1 minus sum of array, minus minus will become plus, it will be minimum. So minimum will be 2 times of S1 minus sum of array. Now how many variables we have? Only one variable. If we got the value of S1, we will find the minimum difference. Okay, so basically we need to focus on how we can find the S1. Okay, now what is S1? I will again tell you. Let me simplify this question very easily. Okay, we have this array. S1 is the sum of all the elements of first subset. Okay, what is S1? S1 is sum of all the elements of first subset. Correct? Yes. So what we have to do? We have to find sum of elements of first subset, that is S1. Now for S1 there is one condition. What is condition? We need to check when on each element we have to take one decision. What decision we need to take? Either we are going to put this in the subset 1 or not. Okay, then we have to choose the for the second element. What we have to choose? Can we take this into the first subset or not? Correct. Then for the third element, can we take this to first subset or not? Then for the fourth element, should we take this one to the first subset or not? Okay, this is the decision that we have to make. Correct? That should we choose 5 in the first subset or not? Okay, like this. Here we are going to choose, here we are not going to choose, so it is empty. Then we have to take the decision for 11. Should we choose 11? Yes, we can choose 11 or we can leave 11. Or here also we have two choices, either take 11 or leave 11, like this. Then we have to take decision on 6. Can we choose, should we choose 6 here or just leave the 6? Here also we have choices, should we choose 6 here or just leave? Here also should we choose 6 or just leave? Here also should we choose 6 or leave? Like this recursive calls are going to be done. Okay, so like this we have to take the decision on each element. Now again the question is very easy. An array is given to us. So what is the array given to us? 1, 6, 11 and 5. So first of all I am going to use the recursive approach. So in recursive approach we have to focus on the two things. First base condition and then choice diagram. If we can write these two things, then our solution will be completed. Okay, so first of all let us define the function. Let's say I am writing the code in the Python, so I am using the keyword def. If you are using C++, so we are going to return an integer, so you can write int here. But as I am using Python, I am going to write def. Okay, def keyword. Then I am going to write function name. So find minimum. This is the function name. Now what are the things that are going to pass in this function? First of all we need to pass the array. Yes, we require the array. Then we need to pass the index that we are checking. So I am going to pass it as I. Right? Then sum of first S1 and sum of array. Okay, these are the things that we are going to pass in this function. Correct? So I told you to write a recursive condition we need two things. First of all base condition, then choice diagram. Correct? So what is the base condition here? So we have the elements in our array. What are the elements in the array? 1, 6, 11 and 5. What is the value of I here? I value is going to be I will be, first of all I will be there on the last. Okay, so I will be at 3. Okay, then I will come at 2, then 1, then 0. Okay, now tell me, if the elements of this array are over, if I will become 0, if I will become equal to 0, what we have to do? We have to return the solution. Because if we have taken decision in all the elements of the array, then at the end what we have to do? Return answer or solution. Okay, so what is the base condition? Base condition is that if I equal to 0, okay, if I equal to 0, return answer. What is answer? I will tell you later. RETURN. Okay, return answer. What is answer? I will tell you, okay, later. Now we have the choice diagram. So what is choice diagram? So I told you that an array is given to us with the element 1, 6, 11 and 5. So what is choice diagram? That either we should take this element and we should leave this element. This is the choice diagram. Okay, so here what we are going to do, if we are going to take the element in S1, okay, so what we are going to return? We are going to return that if we are going, I will tell you here only. If you are going to choose this 5, so S1 was the sum of first subset. So if we are going to choose this to the subset 1, so what we are going to do? We are going to increase the sum of first subset. Okay, I minus 1 is written because I is the size of the array here. Okay, so if I value is 4, so this is the third position. So if we are going to take decision on 5, if we are going to choose that element, so what we are going to do? We are going to add that value in the subset 1. And if we are going to not take that element, so S1 will be as it is, means sum of first array will not be changed. Correct? So this is the decision that we are going to make. Now let us write the solution. Define find minimum, and here we are going to pass array I S1 sum of array. Correct? So what we are going to do? We are going to pass 4 things here. One is array, another is I. What is I? I is the length of array. Okay, let me define. I is length of array. Okay, and S1 is the sum of first subset, and sum of array is we can find the sum of array, right? So initially what we have to do? S1 will be initially equal to 0. Correct? Because initially there are no elements in the first subset, right? And sum of array we can find. We are going to use a loop, use a for loop like this. For I in range of n, and sum total is equal to, this is the Python code, sum total is equal to, sorry, sum array we are using, sum array is equal to sum array plus array of I, and like this we are going to add all the elements. Or you can directly write in Python, there is a code which will give you the sum of array directly. Okay, so you can write like this, sum array is equal to sum of pass the array. It will directly give you the sum of array. Okay, in Python we can directly write this, or in C, C++ you can write accordingly. Okay, so we have initially S1 is there, we have sum of array, and I is the length of array. Okay, so these things are going to be passed. So first of all what we are going to do? We are going to pass the base condition. So if I equal to 0. Okay, if we are going to reach if we are going to cover all the elements of the array, then what we have to do, return the answer. Okay, and what was the answer? I told you earlier, our answer was minimum. Okay, where is the minimum? This is our answer. Okay, I told you what we need to find. We need to find minimum difference. And what was minimum? 2 times of S1 minus sum of array. Okay, this is our answer. So what if there are no elements in the array? Okay, if I is equal to 0, what we are going to return? We are going to return 2 times of S1 minus sum of array. And here I am going to use absolute because it will help us to give only positive solutions. Okay, so I am writing absolute. Correct, this is the base condition. Now we have choice diagram. Okay, so if this condition is true, then else what we need to return, okay, else what we need to return, we need to return either what was there in the choice diagram, like either we can select 5 or we can leave the last element. So first I am going to write the code if we are going to select that element in the first subset. Either what we can do, we can call this function find minimum with array. So what was there in the array? We have the elements 1, 6, 11 and 5. So if we have taken the decision on this 5, so what we have to do now, the size of array will be decreased. So it will be I minus 1. Okay, so array will be same but size of array will be decreased now because we have already taken decision on this 5. Suppose if we are adding this element to the subset 1, so it will be S1 plus array of I minus 1. Correct? S1 was the sum of first array. Initially it was 0. So if you are going to select that element, we need to add this. So S1 plus array of I minus 1 and sum of array will be as it is. Okay, this is the case when we are going to select the element. Okay, suppose if we are leaving the element, so we need to call this function again by passing the array. If we are not selecting this 5 to the first array, it means size of array will be decreased because we have I minus 1 elements now. If you are not going to add into the first subset, so some S1 will not change. Okay, if you are going to select that element, that so at that time we have added this, the value of that element. If we are not selecting, S1 will be as it is and sum of array will be as it is, sum of array. So either we can select this or we can leave this. So what we are going to do, we are going to use minimum of this. Means we are going to take the decision that if we are going to choose 5 in the first subset, if we are getting minimum sum, then select it. Or if we are like, suppose if we are getting the minimum sum in selecting 5, then take that. Or if you are getting minimum sum in leaving the 5, take that. Okay, so that's why what we have used the keyword min. So what will happen? First of all, it will take decision on 5, then it will take decision on 11, then it will take decision on 6, and then it will take decision on 1. So if all the elements are completed, then what I value will become 0. So then it will go here and it will return the final solution, absolute of 2 times of S1 minus sum of array. So this is the solution. This was a very easy solution. What we need to do, this is a recursive solution. Here we have chosen, first of all, here we have written the base condition, then choice diagram, and this is our final solution. Now let us talk about a time complexity a little bit. Sorry, my tongue got slipped. Okay, so let us talk about the time complexity. Correct. So we have elements in array 1, 6, 11 and 5. So for each element we have to take the decision. Either select it or leave it. Either select it or leave it. Either select it or leave it. So for each element we have two choices. 2 for this, 2 for this, 2 for this, 2 for this. Suppose we have n elements in the array. So what will be the time complexity? It will be 2 to the power n. Why 2 to the power n? Because for each element we are taking the decision. Either select it or leave it. Okay? And this we are doing n times. This we are doing n times. Right? So time complexity will be 2 to the power n. So you can write like this, O 2 to the power n. And here we are using the recursion. So it is also going to use the more space. Okay, so this is the recursive approach. In later video I will tell you one optimized approach, that is dynamic programming approach, to solve this question. So question was very easy. I will summarize in just 1 minute. Initially what was given, let me write it in new. An array was given to us which contain the element 1, 6, 11 and 5. Then we know that we need to divide it into two subsets such that they are S1 and S2 and the difference should be minimum. Then we got to know that sum of the two subset will be array of sum. Then what we have done, we have replaced the S2. So minimum will be equal to S1 minus, what is S2? It is array of sum minus S1. So minimum will be equals to S1, 2 times of S1 minus array of sum. So this is our final solution. So here we have only one variable S1, so we need to take the decision on the S1. So for S1 what we have done, the array was given like this, 1, 6, 11 and 5. Okay, so you have to take the decision. First of all, for the recursive solution we need two conditions, that is base condition as well as choice diagram. Okay, so base condition was that if I value is equal to 0, if I equal to 0, then we need to return the answer. Or choice diagram, we need to take the decision that should we take 5 or not. So that we have taken and recursively we have called, and at the end we return the solution. I hope you got the solution. Thank you.